Hello you, and welcome to the last Daily Rundown of the week with me, Dan Morfitt. Thank you for watching Channel 7. The Daily Rundown is the show where we look at all of the day's big stories and some of the little ones too. Tonight we'll be discussing the Northern Powerhouse. You have to do that every time you say it. ITV turns off the sport, and the A-level results are all in. But first, let's welcome tonight's guest, who will supply the Daily Rundown with insight and opinion. She's our very own goddess, TV star and columnist. It's Jacqui Wright.
Hi, you all right?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good, I'm fine, thank you.
You've had grilled cheese sandwiches tonight for tea.
I had one grilled cheese sandwich for tea.
Very jealous of you.
Good. It was gorgeous.
Did she bring any in?
No. No.
And also joining us on the Blue Bonquette, stand-up comedian, the comedy hobbit himself, Stephen Armstrong.
Hello.
What did you have for tea?
I have not yet had my tea. I have a bottle of fizzy pop and a Goan fish curry in the fridge waiting for me at home.
You've got to go and fish curry first.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm only having the Goan fish curry because I'm only allowed to use the microwave because I have the house to myself this evening, and I quite clearly can't be trusted with the oven.
Instructions.
Yeah, so it's poppy ping and a bottle of Coke, of fizzy pop.
Other colas are available.
Yeah. Well, in fact, it is. In fact, do you know what? I've started this show off on a lie. I'm actually going to be drinking lemon, lime, and mint with cachaça for one little nightcap.
You can't start the show with a lie, you just can't. But
No.
You can start with the main stories of what everybody's had for tea. You can get involved with the show too. We're as interactive as you can get. Tell us what you've had for tea on Twitter, at The Daily Rundown. Honestly, make us jealous, or at the very least, give us a follow. We might even follow you back if you're interesting and you tell us what you've had for tea.
And if you've had tea with Mr. T, then that is double points. And if you tweet me at The Comedy Hobbit, I will share that across the world.
I would be impressed.
Yeah. Mr. T or one of the Chuckle Brothers.
I'd say one of the Chuckle Brothers is more looking likely than Mr. T.
But see, now, if you were to get one of the Chuckle Brothers over, would he just do the whole, he wouldn't really give you your food, he'd do the whole, to me, to you.
Yeah.
Whereas eventually you just have to smash him and go, give me my food, Chuckle.
You'd worry about the old one because he looks always on death's door and he's looked like that since the 80s.
See, now, at work, somebody recommends that, said that Jamie Vardy looks like Wilfred Bramble, whereas I think the older Chuckle Brother looks like Wilfred Bramble. And none of the connotations related to that comment I mean, but he looks like old man Steptoe.
He looks like old man Steptoe.
Yeah.
And that's the start of the show.
Yeah.
We haven't even got into the main news stories first.
See where this is going, can't we?
It's got to be a random Thursday. I love it. Right, looking at our first news story. Record numbers of UK university places have been offered as A-level results show a marginal fall in the top grades for the fifth successive year. The proportion of A-star and A grades was 25.8%. That's down 0.1% from last year. That's for all the maths A-level people there. There are many predictions of many places still being available though through clearing, including those in leading universities. Universities say that this year could actually be a buyer's market for applications, with universities competing to attract customers. Students. This, in part, is down to the removal of a cap on university places in England. So, with the A-level results coming in and everybody hoping to start a brand new life as a student, should we actually start talking about education as a buyer's market? Yeah,
they are students, but they are customers. There's no grants anymore, is there? They're paying, so they are actually paying customers. So really, they should be looking at who's going to give them the best value for their money. Where the top universities, they should be trying to get into them.
Not to lessen the argument, is it like going, well, which one's Waitrose, which one's Tesco's, which one's Aldi, and seeing how much bang you can get for your buck?
Yeah. Something like that. But you're not going to be paying that money and going to university that doesn't have good results, because you're just going to fail. You're still going to owe that money. So you want what's best for your money. They are customers, students.
Isn't that a bit of a shame though, Stephen? Because before you used to be a student, it wasn't necessarily about I must get a degree, I must get a job. It was about expanding your mind, expanding your horizons, meeting new people.
I went to university in 1997. I graduated in 2000. That was a 3-year holiday camp. That's all that was. That was nothing more, nothing less. I came out with a degree. I self-funded myself through a postgraduate diploma. I got all the education I wanted and I needed. But university is to learn your subject and learn how to be a functional human being. The first week is for all the kids who have had closeted upbringings to just discover alcohol and go completely off the scale in the first week. But I think
that's a good thing. I think it's good for people, young people who've like maybe had a sheltered background, to go out in the world and learn about other things, not just alcohol.
No.
But
I mean,
I think it builds the confidence, and I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a really good. I mean, I describe it as a holiday camp, and it was, but. It is, I think that it made me a more well-rounded person because you meet people from different spectrums of life.
Never meet.
Exactly. And I think that personally, I am a great believer that I don't think we should have had A-star grades. I think A-star grades I just think I'm a great believer that you should have good enough and not quite good enough and need to improve. I think that the idea that describing it as a buyer's market, it made me cringe. As somebody who's worked in the estate agency business, describing it as, I don't think that it should be a market. Turning university and education into a marketplace is something that was done once we introduced tuition fees. I was the last year to get my university place free, and I wouldn't have wanted in my current situation, and a lot of the people I went to university with in the current situation probably wouldn't have been able to afford to go to university and may have faced...
Well, before, people used to go to universities, differing universities, on the qualifications they got at A-levels, but it is a buyer's market now, because even the leading universities that really say you need top grades to join them will have places left in clearing which they've never had before. So people might be able to pick and choose a top university, not necessarily by the qualification on their A-level, but because they can go for it now. It's available to them when it wasn't before. It's completely made it into a market.
It's a good thing.
You think it's a good thing?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a good thing because students are customers. They're spending money at the end of the day.
I think that for me, universities and education, there are areas of the world where I don't think that we should apply a business model to, and I think that education and the health service are areas where we should shy away from doing this. I mean, I agree that universities and businesses should work together. I agree that there are some universities that are better than others. I went to university in Preston. I did American studies, and it is the best university in the UK to do American studies in.
UCLAN's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's one of those former polys that has really shone and grown and become a massive success in its own right.
Yeah.
Places like Sheffield Hallam as well.
Yes, exactly.
Always in the shadow of its red brick brother. Is one of the best universities for certain degree subjects now.
Yeah, and I think that we're moving towards a specialism, and I think that it's good that we should have that, and I think that I guess it's a natural thing that if these top universities are for the first time going to have these open spaces, then it enables them maybe. It gives the power back to the students, and I suppose in a way that's a good thing. We shouldn't to give the student the ability to choose. But I think that I still don't think that your Oxfords and your Cambridges and these kinds of what are thought of as the upper echelons of universities. I don't think that this is going to change. I always think of the thing that comes to my mind immediately now is the film The History Boys, and about this kind of, and I think there's always going to be this struggle, and whether it's a buyer's market or not, you're still going to get people in certain universities who maybe would not want certain types of people in their university, and if this is changing,
I think that is changing.
Well, that's a good thing.
I do. I think it's changing. I think it's had to change, and it is. Maybe not so much for Oxford and Cambridge yet, but other ones, they're definitely changing. Yeah. Like you said, there are places in clearing now.
Yeah.
And Jacqui's right in that it's been a market now since the early 90s, when polytechnics were able to turn into universities. It changed the game really, because some universities have really come on leaps and bounds, and some of the bigger universities have sort of waned slightly, and their reputations that they may have had. And that marketisation of the university field really sets people against each other. There's people jostling for funding now, and the individuals that are going to university aren't students anymore, they're customers, because they bring with them thousands of pounds worth of funding on top of the fees that they have to pay. So the universities are battling out for these people to try and improve their own.
They have to. They have to provide the best service for these customers, and that's it. whether they like it or not.
And universities are a massive part of major metropolitan centres. We look at Manchester. The University of Salford was a poly, and now it's got one of the best reputations for media production
it has.
in the whole of the world.
Yeah, it's brilliant that.
And with UMIST and Manchester coming together, they've created an absolute huge quarter of the city now that is completely dedicated to studying. Whether you regard students there as customers or not, the amount of intelligentsia that they bring into the city, and the amount of funding and the amount of startups that come from university funding, it benefits everyone, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the inner socialist in me may be fighting against this, but yeah, I just think I shy away from that. There must be certain areas where the idea is to generate and to deliver a nice education. Like on my journey to work, I go past one of the buildings of one of the universities in Manchester. I don't know what it is, and it looks like a very expensive and very brilliant building. But the thing is that I went to a university where it was an old building with some old duffy classrooms, and I thought that education was fantastic. And I just think that maybe we're moving towards the marketisation of education, and that is, I just think that
you can't complain too much though, because you were right next door to the Guild and the Mad for it.
Yeah, true. That was I mean, we still had
pubs in Preston.
Yes,
pubs, right.
Yeah. We still had it, but I was there before they turned the student union into a chicken shed. And also, maybe it's just I'm bitter because I used to get mistaken for the DJ from the Adelphi, and
no, that's quite good.
Yeah.
Finally, just to wrap this up, some A-level students today will not have got the results they necessarily wanted. Jacqui, any advice that you'd give to them?
It's not the end of the world.
Learn the phrase, would you like fries with that?
Oh, Steve.
Oh, that's the opinion there of Mr. Stephen Armstrong.
Hey, no, I'm working part-time working in flexible hours. Get a Deliveroo job,
Keep fit on a bike.
It's not the end of the world. Richard Branson has no qualifications, and he's a multi-millionaire, and Donald Trump has no idea about anything, and he may be the most powerful man in the world soon.
Whatever you do, please don't be like Donald Trump. Please.
No.
Time for a quick break now, but the three of us will be back in just a couple of minutes to talk more about the Northern Powerhouse.
Power!
And a post-Brexit crash. Lovely. See you in 3 minutes back on the Daily Rundown.